Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Republic of Amalfi series here on the Lord Master channel, and as you could see, that Black Death disease, oh boy, it did ravage a good portion of the world, not the most of it. I mean, it missed out on India, parts of Africa, even the northern half of Europe, kind of missed out on the Black Death. But let me tell you, starting from the Tarim Basin, through Sogdia, through Persia, Anatolia, then Arabia, Egypt, Greece, and Italy got the worst of it. And now parts of Burgundy, Aquitaine, and as well as the Andalusian areas of the Iberian Peninsula are now getting the Black Death. But we endured. Yes, we endured. But of course, there could be some, like this area in Tusculum, for example. Severe depopulation. This county has been depopulated to a severe extent as a result of an epidemic. When disease clears out, this county will take many years to repopulate. Whereas for Adversa, Acera, and Amalfi, well, actually these two, Amalfi had a significant depopulation, but now it's gone back to minor, so it's currently recovering. It's recovering, don't you worry. We have that crown focus put on that right now. Despite the fact it's Serene province, actually may have to put that back. This is peaceful, this is not. Should put that crown focus back because there's a medium migration, which it originated from over there. Yeah, migrants came from Avita, Latin-speaking pops that came on over there. Oh, so that's how you say his name. Because for a moment when I glanced at it, I mean, I know Bulgaria runs that area, but the Tsar's name, however, he's, by the way, not a king, a Tsar, because they believe to be the Empire of Bulgaria. Yeah, this Tsar of Bulgaria here calls himself Ogden, which I thought it was Ogden or Ogdon or Ogden, which is how I originally pronounced that way back in the Oregon Trail. I often reference those videos. I don't know why. Guess it just stands out to me. So yeah, some of the population will slowly recover. While meanwhile, there is money to be made. Despite the many deaths of people here in Amalfi, we are making very good money because, well, we don't have to fight any wars to get trade posts. We got many of them. Sometimes a little over the limit. Even from the most valuable ones, such as right here in Amalfi, or in Alexandria, or Neckar, which is in Morocco, part of the Al-Andalusis Silk Road, and even another area whose name is yes, Grenada, part of the Al-Andalus Silk Road, and Santiago Silk Road. See? Despite the looted provinces, but we'll be making more investments of it as time goes on. But it's a wonder how in areas like Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia, and Pannonia, they did not suffer the ravages of the Black Death. They largely escaped from it. Especially with areas that are still populated by Avars. Yep, over 9,000 of these Avar peoples live under his realm of the Kagan. But of course, generations of people were wiped out from the Black Death, and of course causes changes to the borders of certain entities. Really? Gosh, what happened to the first emperor? Zotto, the Sword of God. You were the founder of that bloodline, and unfortunately it went extinct because he died of gonorrhea. Well, it's impossible to restore the bloodline now that he left no descendants because he never had a chance to have children. Such a shame for those of the Latin Empire. Instead, they were just inherited. One installed faction demand, which was uncle. Then the cousin, kinswoman. Then cousin. And if she did... Oh, she won't have children either. She's too old. Unless she were to choose that option where she forges a bastard son. But I don't think she will. But Rudolph here, who I believe is the heir to this house, not necessarily the Latin Empire. Don't want him to rule Latin Empire. I designated him as heir. Not to mention heir to all these other places and designated heir of Ursul. What happens? What happens whenever I pass away? Although I got a lot of years ahead of me. That we decide. I'm not sure anymore. The real question is, can they retain it? Lupus has children. Orthodox Hindustani Armenian descent. But Lupus of the Latin Revolt is winning. But she's got other forces in, and also she's fighting a separate war from one of the tribes of Kiev. It's a good thing I'm not Latin Empire. I'm just more content with my position as the Doge of the Republic. But now with the epidemic cleared, now we can get down to some real business. I'm ready for a mission. Give me an assignment. And before we get down to business, let's choose a business focus in Amalfi. What is my priority? What do I lack? You lack diplomacy skills, so I said, well, since we have so many children. Yeah, you know what? For the next 10 years, how about the chestnut farm Scala? That increases fertility a little bit more. Because she wants to have 10 children. By God, I'll give her 10 children. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 more to go, Alexandra. You can tell that Lambert is quite possibly the most fertile king we've ever had, even though he's not lustful. And neither is she. We just really like each other. That's all. Yes, I may have abandoned the commoners and all that, but soon those people will get over it. So I'll give it a few months or two. And Rudolph is a trained diplomat, in addition to being a trained fighter. At least they're gonna go beat up our main competitor, Genoa. Wonder what happens. Is it possible that I can make plans for Lent? Yes, I can. As long as you don't have any of these traits. Fasting during Lent. Lent is a period preceding Easter during which faithful abstain from meat and other worldly pleasures as an act of penance. It is a period of sacrifice and acts of charity. The purpose to meditate upon, upon the sufferings of Christ and the growth like us. How would you prepare for this season? Well, since I'm a fat man, I must blend in. Popo, also a trained diplomat. Alright, well done. Egad. My marshal just died and I wasn't even looking. Natural death? Natural death. The church teaches that Christ died for his sins on the cross, but a Muslim must seek his forgiveness to keep his commandments to attain salvation. The priest implored the whole congregation to go to confession Sunday. What will you do? Huh! Just skip confession. Because I'm secretly Slavic. I cannot get rid of that. I must pass it to all my children. Because there might be some use to this old faith. In fact, that Slavic faith is actually near extinction. And I am not talking about the revival of the Slavic faith. No, that's not my intention. It's for something completely different. Hang on. Africa ravaged by the plague. Death is haunting the continent of Africa as the plague is spreading among its inhabitants. Blackened bodies lay rotten in the sun, and the stench is unbearable. Many have fled the largest settlements, but the epidemic follows with the bodies floating down the Nile and the Niger. When will it end? My guard informs me that a mob of peasants has gathered outside my gates and is growing by the hour, their leaders demanding or nodding to me. It has something to do with the recent rumors of living corpses. Oh yeah, on the previous episode, near the very end of the previous episode, there was rumors of undead people attacking the living. Yes, living dead attacking the living. But I just thought they were just rumors, but... Good Lord, do we need that? Oh, give me a moment while I try to do some thinking in my head. So, yes, a lot of people died. Now, allegedly, they think there's the dead are walking. They think the dead is walking. If I were to keep the gates shut, those people are going to get angry with me. And the lower tax modifier because needed for economic recovery. So, hey, we're observing Lent, so let's be nice here. We better let them in. So grant the peasants' leader's request for an audience. He is risen! Well, let me tell you something about undead. When we're talking about undead, we don't mean like Jesus Christ, as he is risen, as what Easter Day reminds us, because it's the most important feast of the church all over Christendom. People gather tonight in the church with candles unlit, then the priest lights a fire and put alight all the candles, whilst excerpts in the Bible was read from Genesis to the death and resurrection of Christ. At this moment, the whole church celebrates the victory of Christ, victory of light over darkness, life over death. The period of fasting is over, and the time for celebration begins. I do not feel well. This is what happens when you're fat. Because you didn't feast. You didn't go fasting. And if you were to period of fast, a celebration as in, alright, time to eat, but I don't need that. But as a cynic, I'll just say, is he risen? Because all this undead talk. The peasant leader, who goes by the name of Iwan, is a ghastly sight. He claims to have been bitten by one of the living dead and has barely escaped with his life. He begs that I take action and save my people from this terrible scourge. Oh. So you got bitten in the face then? Let me see. Listen, there is no disease. It's gone. Well, actually, you could still see rats still crawling around. Even over there. Yeah, there's still rats. So either invest, which I cannot afford, or become zealous by saying, this is not the end. The words of the Bible are certain because of the high learning skill. Teach him of God's mercy, convince him that the sick are not to be feared, but cared for. And this would make him become zealous. Oh, I have to change his persona. Or I can send soldiers to hunt these monsters down, to dedicate a portion of my levy to protect my people from the living dead. My goodness. Or make him become brave. Let me see, his traits 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen, all I care about is administration and money. So I'll say this with high diplomacy skill. You know these fiends better than anyone, Ewan. Save your people. I'll convince him and his peasant mob to hunt the living dead themselves. He'll pick up the brave trait. Off you go. My father once told me, be brave and don't be a puss. And anyways, I have an announcement to make on April 1st. There's going to be some changes around here. On this day, through the Tabula Amalfitana, or the Amalfian laws, served us well for years, perhaps it's time to reform this maritime law code to ensure it's up to date. Yes, a lot of people are dead, but soon when they repopulate, and it's going to take a while, they will know that the Republic of Amalfi must prosper. So here's 50 gold. Through the Tabula Amalfitana, or the Amalfian laws, served for many years, we've decided to reform the laws, add and remove things where needed, clarify aspects that may have been confusing or contradictory, and so on. It is an immense effort, given the complexities of maritime law, but this endeavor has certainly been worth it. Hopefully, the Amalfian laws will continue to provide a standard for the rest of the world to years to come. Amalfi should be proud. Here's your prestige as I reform the laws, which helps me with the diplomacy and stewardship especially. And Amalfi for the next 50 years. We'll have at least a reform, adding more to the local tax. So you could say, yes, due to the depopulation, they're not going to get much tax payment. But when we up the tax modifier, so this will help. And not to mention the technology spread rate for all. And increase the trade value here. Take a drink. The Tabula Amalfitana reforms. At the urging of Doge Lambert of Amalfi, the people of Amalfi have decided to reform the so-called Tabula Amalfitana, or the Amalfian laws. The importance of this maritime code cannot be understated, as many port cities have for years used as a basis for their own maritime laws, or even adopted wholesale. Now these recent efforts is to modernize the laws and make them better suited for contemporary conditions can only be applauded. It is certain that with these reforms, the Amalfian laws will continue to provide a standard for the rest of the world to follow. Let's hope that this will help us with our business. Ah, yeah. Sarno, the new city that I'm the owner of. Now build a port. I forgot that I was composing a book. Everyone knows that I spent years and years directing the work on my book. When today I'm presented with the final product. Smile, but I can't help but swell a sense of pride, with a sense of well-deserved pride. At 30 years old, I recall I started writing a book when I was, like when I was a young adult, 16, so on. I don't know. It felt like an eternity and a half. Let's have a look. Modest measures. Here it is. Stewardship book. All things in moderation. Doge Lambert begins his treatise on culinary householding. The typical inhabitant of Amalfi is rumored to have found the text a bit spiteful. But nonetheless, it's monthly wealth 1 and stewardship +1. Okay. I got enough learning skills, so get rid of that. No, unequip the Bible. Yeah. And, what are modest measures? If you're going to be the money-intensive man, this is the book for it. I wish you could name your own books and write your own description. Oh, what I mean is, Yes, you can rename it, but you can't change the description. Okay, for those who play Crusader Kings 3 and for those who mod Crusader Kings 3 and whatever, I mean, sure, there's mods where eventually with the whole they'll add artifacts to the Royal Court DLC, and they have this, again, it's all in the dev diaries. I can't explain it best here, but it's all in the dev diaries if you were to check it out. I'm sure there'll be modders that they'll name their own artifacts, create their own artifacts, and the descriptions thereof. But what I mean is, what about you, the player, who gets an artifact, whatever it may be called, whatever the bonuses will give you? Like, what if they give you the ability to not only rename your artifact, but also change the whole description of it? It could be a book about nothing, and you get bonuses of it. Can you imagine that, people? Anyways. Land and Empire, right? Oh yeah, she's nowhere near that, because I got all these sons. But I'll say that you must learn on your own, so that helps. She's become brawny, brave. If only you are a warrior woman. This is my kinsman. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Gundo. 1, 2, 3. Court's been built in Amalfi. That was quick. Oh, am I crazy? Sertian, gate in war for the city. The city of what? That one. I haven't really been looking at the plots. Seize a trade post in Principato. Revenge. Tsarina, Bulgaria. Discredit. Hey, nobody gets discredit around here. We all went through a lot. What the? What the? Hold on. A crying peasant woman's been brought before me. Her little child has been ill and was mistakenly slain in the hunt for the living dead. My advisor tells us it's not only case that the people are resentful towards their protectors. I did not order that execution of that tall boy. So this is your child. Ugly, depressed, paranoid. Oh, Lord. Mistakenly slain in a hunt, despite what it says. My God, that's gonna leave a blemish on my record. So either offer the sum of money and a public apology. I mean, I would do that. The other is him, in which Ewan gets imprisoned, and he's my commander, but not that good. Or I could just say the blame is yours and a lot of you demanded protection in the first place. And of course that's going to cause a peasant crisis and there'll be revolts. Don't do that. Cruel brings instability. But knowing I'm a cheapskate, I'm going to say Ewan is the instigator behind this devastating lawlessness. So he'll be imprisoned for this. But he's got no money. Plus, he still has something. But I would release him, no. There might be some things for him to do. He could still be the commander because we lack commanders. Probably. I mean, we do have a few good ones. Yeah. Back to your post. It's a misunderstanding, that's all. He. Alexandra. My training is paying off and I mastered a new level of combat skill. With enthusiasm, I look forward to what comes next. Now I have a hand-eye coordination. After training with dedication for so long, my mentor says I've reached my potential. I cannot progress further. I certainly improved somewhat. This is Iwin von Nola, different Iwin. My potential fell short of the maximum. So moderate training's removed. Skills are all up. Additional lessons to combat apprenticeship. So yes, I could definitely defend myself. But I wish I was brave. And also we're looking for a resource. So I'm willing to spend my money on it. I'm not going to use assets because I will soon be on the verge to become a guild master, and things will get easier from there. I told you I had to pick the intrigue option because I'm a cheapskate. Greetings, Merchant Lambert. We have noticed a slowdown in international trade. Such a decline could be problematic for the future of the Great Trade League, as we rely on trading on a very large area to gain the most favorable prices. Thus, we are asking members, such as you, to send caravans to stimulate the economy of various nations. So, just send a caravan. Anywhere. Just send them anywhere in the world. I already accidentally prepared a caravan to travel to somewhere, but now I get to send it. Okay. Cartographer? No. Goodsmith. Hey, what's it like over there in Croatia? Giants trade incense. Okay, Samia, what do you got? They killed cats. Spices. Spices, yeah. I like some spices. Alright. When does it expire? Next year. Alright, send it. This is gonna cost me spending some assets, which is affected by the society's influence. Give me a sec. If it had more influence, it would have been a lot lower. 95% chance of success that we don't lose this caravan. And there's a 91% chance of buying each goods, particularly spices. Well, we're looking for spices, but they tell you to send the caravan regardless. So, the caravan is visiting Sturmia. It'll return in 2 years. So, save your money for you to buy some spices. Because I needed to go along with my meats. Like with my many bags of meats. From Syracuse. Point out the wealth that the trade post brings to Syracuse. Calm down, you cannibal. Sarah is serene, but what about Avessa? A glimmer of hope. These have been hard days, no one can deny it, but perhaps the worst has passed. The rumors concerning the living dead have all but ceased. It seems like the pale, twisted specters which have haunted my realm were nothing but sick people. Most of them were not even aggressive, despite claims of the mob. While the sick still pose a danger to others, the fear is not so great as before, and the situation handled in the best way I could hope for. All is not over yet, however. The realm might have pulled through this panic, But the disease is still claiming lives. What, the death toll? There's no rest nor respite until the epidemic is over. It's already over. May God continue to show us mercy. And sorry about your son. You may not like me because I abandoned the colonists, but trust me when I tell you, you will respect me. Everyone around here will respect me again. Oh, crud. Hang on. Okay, never mind then. It's just I kept pressing or, and then it says on second thought, and then that option went away. Because I spent 200 gold, and then it says on second thought, then I got my refund. Okay. Don't click that ever again. Okay, that was a little paranoia. I could prepare my second caravan, if you wish. Anyways, get back to work. Get back to business. First, there's a peaceful province now. Save that book. My goodness, people are still burning bodies up there. Severe depopulation and now camp fever there. Things are just getting worse up there. Meanwhile, I am visiting some of the peasants nearby. You know, this is the same year with the undead stuff. I am visiting some of the peasants nearby to better gauge on how things are going in my realm, or at least pretend I care, and ask one of them how to expect the next harvest to go. There's a nip in the air, the farmer says, rustic dialect. Cold won't be good for my crops. I see. Let's hope the cold won't be that bad. Port in Sarno is finished. Get off the city walls. The servant's going to be panicked and exhausted. Says it's likely an intruder in my warehouse. The thief is most likely after my goods. Guards, what am I paying you for? Guards take care of the problem so I don't have to go deal with it myself. Irina Slovensky, the wife of Wally Wab of Noto, has been spending a few days in Amalfi. It's been a very nice experience meeting her. Maybe our peoples are not different at all. Sekulo Arabic. Wolfish grin on her face. Alright then, maybe we could be friends. Lately, I find myself worrying about my little son, Rudolph. The lad's brought up into believing a false god who can offer him nothing but illusions and hollow promises. Perhaps Rudolph's ready to be introduced to the true faith. Yeah. You want to be a Slavic? If this agreement can lead to a better understanding between the peoples, I'll put it to effort at opening our borders to business in Rome. Yours truly. Fantastic. Oh, you're getting sick too. No, I see you something different. Despite the illnesses you're having, you're going for a martial education. Whether you like it or not. And plus, if you do indeed become the Emperor of the Land Empire, we're going to give you the best martial tutor as possible. This man. My marshal. The world is a dangerous place, and devious plots are everywhere. Rumors have reached me that people are conspiring to kill me. I gotta be careful. I summoned Rudolph to my study, where I proceeded to read him the legends. At first the lad was fidgeting in his seat, but my choice of passage was a good one. Soon he hung on my every word, eyes around his full moon. As I put the tome away, Rudolph bombarded me with questions, and we kept talking for hours. I really got through, little Rudolph. Oh, please survive. Call the court physician. The Assyrian knows everything. Quit giving me the Corollas name. That name is bad luck. Tassilo. I'll get personally. Wait, no, you lose assets. Just let them work at their own pace. Sit down. Sit down and spend little. My goodness, you've never improved the city at all. How are you going to make so much money whenever you're not the Doge of Amalfi? Prince Zapato Sertian claim over trade war over Noto. I stumbled into a courtier eating cookies outside a kitchen. The courtier apologized several times and offered me as a cookie as an apology for being in my path, and the cynic in me got the best. I lost myself in cynical concept that the courtier was trying to poison me with baked goods. Probably spoken out too long. That's Alexandra. I'm sorry, but that cookie looks suspicious. Alexandra wants me to stop being cynical. That is a promise I will not be able to hold, but I won't disturb her anymore. Hope that's enough, but probably not. A mysterious man has reached my court. He claims to be a renowned scholar from a place far away, who was cast out by his people for his unyielding devotion and knowledge. He hopes that a prestigious patron of the arts such as myself would have greater foresight than his previous liege. There's a good reason. You're of the incorrect faith. But I don't know about you, because I'm rather suspicious of you. Very, very suspicious. But nonetheless, he'll be my loyal servant. All scholars are welcome in my court. But I got my eye on you. During the last year or so, my daughter Serena Hilt has been spending a lot of time with the members of the local monastic order. I noticed that she spends many hours per week in pious prayer. Then one day, she approaches me asking for my permission to dedicate her life to Christ. I originally see you as a warrior woman. Plus, aren't you a little too young to be a nun? I mean, life hasn't really... yes, a lot of tragedy has happened in this republic, but... Listen, if people who go on to become nuns... is the ones that probably had a bit of bad life in their previous experience. So I'll say absolutely not. And she's become stressed about it. Well, you need to calm down, darling, because... I don't want you to become a nun because of the education you're receiving. Even if you don't become, have that monster education, then what will? I remember that time Gundo also stole some jewelry and I spent hours chasing him running around the house. Gundo is agile like a rabbit. He's nimbler and quicker than most. Oh, that's a good one. Anyways, salutation. We are pleased that you have participated in some extra realm trading. Sending caravans over long distances may be hazardous as bandits and wars ever present, but the potential economic stimulus should not be underestimated. Hope to see one of your caravans in my gates in the near future. Guildmaster, then I'll be expecting one from you as well. The caravans returned, the traders unloading their wares and will come to me to sell the goods they brought with large discount. Give me some spices. Yes, sir. Spices. And you know what I'm going to do with that? Contact the affiliate artisans. I make contact with the artisans affiliated with the Trade League in order to ask them to use their skill to transform the goods into possession of more profitable ones. Here we have brewers, cooks, and shepherds. Look, I wanted to buy the spices not to sell, but to request that the cooks make a feast out of spices and meat. This will organize the feast to increase my vassals' opinion. So bags of meats, and the spices could go along with that, while spending some assets along with that. Coastmaster II approaches me and presents me the request to buy a small plot of land in Amalfi. This is a hard decision to take, since he promises to pay well for the land. Sold the land off to a burgher for the next 10 years. Reduces the castle tax, not the city tax that I'm more concerned of, but I do need the gold. This ruler has sold valuable land for short-term profits. Ever since my pursuit of wealth began, I started keeping a close eye on both income and expenses. My coffers seem to be filled to the brim more often than not. A thriving economy is good for the realm. Plus, I have many other sources of income. Tax modifier, prestige gain. Because of the paper, isn't it? I'll deal with that soon. Now, cooks make quick work out of spices and meat. I'll order a feast and invite my vassals right away, while it's still fresh. Great work. Time to eat. It's a delicious feast for the next 3 years, increasing the vassal opinion. We don't get feasts very often like that. So she picks up a skilled tactician, but watch. She'll change her education right away. Because the full status of women is non-existent here in the Republic yet. Yes? No? Maybe? Papa, my son. Rudolph? Are you in the... 1 second. Trying to make sure that he's a designated heir. But anyways, been informed that Papa Orso learns every subject, fast-paced, beats his friends in any games with ease. Papa is bright. Alright. That's good. You're the new chaplain. He's serious but doing very good for his job. Now, court to the assay office. The assay offices test the purity of precious metals, and the assayer provides those certified as pure to the master's mark as proof of their quality. This help promotes fair and honest trade. My God, even more. Papa's a skilled fighter. Heir to the Republic of Crete. Well, despite the fact that he's a trained fighter and trained diplomat, for Rudolph, who's also heir to the Latin Empire, Popo here is actually better skilled than Rudolph. I originally had hopes for Rudolph, but no, it looks like Popo's going to be the better one. As he's a skilled fighter and a trained diplomat. Okay, he's raised better. Anyways, this patch of land technically belongs to the local church. There's little chance they'll see my activities in their land in a positive light. Their lands are still mine by right. The migrants to the rest decided to split into 2 groups. The new group decided to settle in a neighboring province, bringing a whole lot of issues there. Ha! There used to be a small migration of Molise, and now, they went Up there. Yeah, go back to where you once came. You know what? As much as I really love you, I'm gonna need your help. Ask spouse for assistance. I am blessed to have a talented spouse. Perhaps my realm could benefit from her expertise. My wife, Alexandra, is truly talented in her own way. Found a realm of her own, however, these talents are wasted. Perhaps I can make good use of them. I do need help with keeping my records. Ask my wife to assist me with bookkeeping and administration. I gotta give her due diligence. After a stressful day, drinking some fresh, cool water is so relaxing. Ah. Speaking of that, let me take a drink of cold water. My wife, Alexandra, has accepted my order to help improve the realm's economic affairs. She appears to be somewhat displeased by this order, however. It's not a small task I placed on her after all. My orders still stand, whether or not she likes it. Yes, she despises my cynicism, but she'll get over that soon. And a requested help thing, yeah, that's another. But largely, we still like each other. Make investments for the trade value. If Syracuse has issues with me, I could take over their city. In fact, I do have the domain size for it. So, which means I can declare war against you too. Did I get that confused? Of which way is Messene? Okay, which one of these cities that they've invested in? They're all good. It's part of Vir Imperi. They only have one ally, and he's way over there. Oh, that won't matter. But keep in mind, I do have a sizable army. You know what? Station yourself over here. We will fight a war for that city. Because it's ran by a crazy cannibal. That man must be stopped. I want that city. Doesn't matter which city. A city is a city. You'll have the coastal connection because you have a trade post there. So we can establish a permanent presence here. Pablo Urso is fair. That's a good starting path for him. It's in my family's blood. He's attractive. Well, there you go. Well skilled. He's also bright. And he's attractive too. Okay, looks like you will be the heir to the Republic of Amalfi. Instead of Rudolph, who will be the heir to the Empire. Okay, fine. The Empress of the Latin Empire, who for since 5 years she's been uncrowned, and now she'll finally be crowned. So yeah, I'll be sure to attend because you're my cousin. Also, your husband just died, and we are educating this son to have a martial education so he can lead a strong empire. so I'll be sure to attend. I got some time. Just take care of things and don't embezzle me. You son of a beeswax. It's only a short trip. Keep in mind, it's not Constantinople. It's over in Shadike. Rebellious, volatile province of furious peasants. Whatever's been going on over there. During the evening, Empress Ansapaga has remarked on multiple occasions how it's important for a new ruler to create a stable diplomatic relationships with her peers and subjects in order to ensure peace and prosperity for everyone. Her show of dialectics has been a revelation for all the guests. I might even learn something from her example. I doubt it. Is that the Teutonic Order? Did you surrender the territory to the Teutonic Order? They established themselves there. Hold it there. It was given just right now. Per orders of the Empress, she has given the Teutonic Order some territory, establishing the Great Wallachia as the area. Order of Great Wallachia. Anyways, Empress Ansberg decided to call the attention for all her guests before tonight's dinner and spent a great deal of time decanting the virtues of a good empress. Her speech was passionate and on point, enough to convince many of the people present that she will be an extraordinary ruler, myself included. I've been informed that many are scouted to fight with Blacksmith's girl. Apparently the girl had stolen a toy. As she chased her, Manny was beaten by that little girl. What a humiliation. My child is weak. Okay. Start that war as soon as we get to... as soon as we get back here. Empress Ansberg kneels before Pope Hadrianus II as her host of her vassals surrounded in complete silence. The Pope blesses her before placing the imperial crown upon Ansberg's head and proclaiming her the Empress of the Land Empire by grace of God. Crowned by the Pope. Long live the Empress. Can I go home now? With the ceremony finally concluded, the Empress bade me farewell and dismissed me from her court alongside all of her other guests. It's good to be back in Amalfi. Apparently the Greek name for Apulia is Longobardia. Figures. Alright, let's go take care of this piece of business. That's Miss Sene. For some reason, the tax of this is better. That explains it. The mayor is better. But regardless, if I'm the one who's running things there, then I'll get it, so... Give me the city of, Taormina. Hope you get killed, you bunch of dummies. I mean, I would take command. The right flank. I need to get some action. hopefully get rid of that craven trait. And the rest will march to here. Let the knights do the fighting. This again. My lord, there's a noble warrior at the gate. Says he's a veteran of many battles and desires to become a champion of your house. Praises your wisdom and honor and pledges to always defend me and my household if I accept him in the retinue. Yeah, welcome him. We need all the talented warriors we can get. Especially no thanks to this goof. Dragon Pet. Ugly, club-footed, left-handed, formidable fighter and brave. You're in. Definitely. There we go, got rid of them all. There's a high demand for ivory, and the Trade League is buying all the shipments they could find. They will offer a maximum market value for it. Something tells me that I need to send a caravan to a place where somebody's got ivory. If there is. Think. Wait a minute, really? They have a gold mine there? Kiev inherited this bit. Think, god dang it, where do you find ivory? That's an ivory hunter's lodge. Just looking at other places, even from far away from here for, you know, goods. Because I'm in no mood of going to the market and buy ivory for myself. Well, I know what that means. Anybody got ivory? Fortunately, many of those characters are far away from here. You gotta pay attention to the provinces because I don't want to buy them directly. You know, just in case. Even if you don't contact the guy, then maybe there'll be something for you. Nope, too far away from even an offer to buy goods. Which, since it's being ivory and it's very expensive, that's doubtful. Plus, do you even know what it looks like? Okay, for now on, go to goods map. Go click any of them you see out there. Because you gotta look for these symbols. That's incense. Okay, there's a lot of jewelry, incense, lumber, spices. No ivory. No ivory, no joy. Spices. Everybody's got spices. Ah, Genoa. Wool. Weapons and armor shipments. No ivory. What about somewhere closer to home? Linen. Down here. Alcohol. Grain. Gems. I'm gonna keep looking. I know some of them will buy. Like, I know some characters have probably gone to the market, buy the ivory, and then they got, you know, what they need. Okay, incense, silk, spices, steel, gems, no ivory. Jewelry, book. Man, they got everything, but not the ivory. Okay, over here. Meat and steel. Hides, wool, stone, gems, linen, steel, pottery, gems, old waste, grain, hopeless. Guess I have to get it off of somebody. Silver, spices, weapons, wool. Keep looking. Don't give up on your search. Silk. Hide, incense. Now up there. Book, wool. Weapons and all that. How about way over in Hindustan? Spices, hide, silk. I know that's weapon. Lumber, spice. Good horse. Jewelry shipment, silver. Yeah, I'm about to give up on that and just say, okay, you're gonna have to go ask somebody to get an ivory shipment off of somebody. I think you've wasted enough time looking around the world for something that you know that nobody does. Yeah, I think I practically looked everywhere. Yes, everywhere. There it is! I almost didn't check Ferrara. Okay, Ferrara. Here. My goodness, did I waste 10 minutes looking for that? Go prepare the next caravan. You know what, screw it. Give them lots of funds. And I'll send some of my levy. And I'll send it. And after you do with that little war of yours, go get the ivory. I summoned Papa to my store. Read him. Seems truly enjoyed his story. While Papa was more excited about returning his playmates and having a conversation about what I just read, I think I got to him some way. So he has sympathy for pagan religions. Well, as much as I would give you this, but no, I'll give you martial education. And I may send you to Bologna as well. Oh, yes. Bologna. That's something that should be noted. Sending children to the universities if they've got the learning skill for it. Could use some practice reading. No joy. That commander just died on me. And Papa is a formidable fighter. Alright. Now, I'm not the man. I'm not the man that can teach. Well, I guess I can. And kinswoman got assassinated. Was married to the Tsar of Bulgaria. Spouse stressed by workload. My wife was found by her chambermaids in her study again late last night, sleeping, using a thick book as a pillow and a burnt-out candle on her desk. Her haggard appearance tells the story of many a sleepless night full of records and letters. Perhaps she struggled to keep up the work of policeman. I'm confident that Alexandra can handle the work. My spouse struggles despite her stress. We got the objective. You want to marry another of my kin? On the phone, Moscow, yeah. Alright, 100%. Let's. And Papa's a skilled diplomat, but can he be a master diplomat? Can he? The city is mine. We can disband here because of the presence of that city. Alright, now I have full control of it. Big gain. Should improve the hospital. So that way we don't want to have us suffer the same fate. Again, he's the heir to the Empire. Originally supposed to be the heir to Amalfi, but no, I believe Papa has a better chance. And we know that disease is coming as population numbers recovers. Use my diplomacy to calm the situation. Calm down, you maniacs. Finally, I bees the guildmaster. Why did you say it in that manner? You said you bees the guildmaster. Why are you talking like that? Alright, caravan's return. Give me some ivory. A pile of books. Let him keep it. Creative ivory. Give me it! And steel ingots. Well, I think I may want to use that. Alright. Oh, I'm a happy man. Now I'm the guildmaster. Now, what that is not only gives me even more assets gained, but also the global trade value and trade post goes way up now, especially under my watch, and can create a center of trade, which we gotta do that for Amalfi, and we can forge a golden bloodline, which of course I have not done in a much a way of trading, as I am 34 years old. To do that, you got to be the master trader trait, have personal wealth greater than 3,000, have assets over 500, own a guarded and decorated warehouse housing my documents, which I'll have to put in documents in the future, found a resource in my domain which is currently in the works, and created a center trade in my capital, and one of which must be true, and that is to transform my realm into a republic, which it already is, won a trade war for the Great Trade League, or have up to 100 trades under your watch. But if we can get the influence up to 70, we can start a trade war. But to do that, well, somebody's cleared debts already. It's just there need to be more good trades and less bad ones. Made her got rid of stress. Contact affiliate artisans. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Blacksmiths are ready to heat the forges of my demand. They can make a large amount of weapons and armor for selling alongside my personal use. Well, I just need to get rid of that pile of lumber that's been with me. And there's a reason why I bought the crate of steel ingots for. This will create a random weapon. Whatever the weapon it is going to be, I'll donate it to someone. Particularly for the future Emperor of the Latin Empire. Yeah, good idea. But I'm still keeping the second best weapon because, you know, I still have the handgun, and just in case if we have the character who doesn't have the high knowledge that can use this weapon of terror. The weapon I ordered is ready. Wasn't quite sure what it would make, but the results seem lethal enough. There is a 3% chance that any of these weapons have been made. The Scimitar of Conquest. Here it is. Forged by the best of craftsmen, the Scimitar of Conquest is a blade of victory and triumph. Both handle and hilt are covered in diamonds. Alright, future Emperor. This scimitar shall be yours. Made it just for you. Since you're having a martial education, I hope you can get rid of your stress. Oh god dog it, did they come from one of these? Just can't Seems that you can't get rid of these people. Actually, those from Aquino, that's where they came from. The migrants have moved to here. But we're trying to integrate them because my diplomacy skill's good enough. Hey! Two cardinals. Alright, two cardinals representing the Republic. Put 1,000 on the campaign fund for the next cardinal. Let's just fill up the college with Amalfi-Dan cardinals. A troubadour and his wife, the troubadours, derived from Arcania. Their performances range from vulgar satires of political Cervantes, and everything in between, including songs of courtly love. Courtly love. Eh. How's Bulgaria doing anyway? Oh, just up as a revolt. Because I keep seeing their troops leaving time and time again. Oh my god. He's a leper. And if I'm distressed, this may kill him. I originally had high hopes for this boy, but I guess I don't anymore. Hey, you have in your possession a bag of meats. Oh, wait a minute. You are interested in a bag of meats, the least for one of the... Oh, wow. That's an awful lot of gold for a bag of meats. Are you buying that above market value? It's a damn deal. It's a great deal. Thank you, Mr. Idiot. I guess it was a bad idea to give her this job. Oh, what was I going to do with that money? Yeah. Oh, God. The other day, Rodolphe barely fell off in the chair and didn't stop whining for the rest of the day. Such a delicate child. Oh, God. He's gonna die of leprosy. A Jewish exile fleeing from persecution elsewhere. I just realized something. Not the Jewish one. That means that Papa would be moved in, and he'll be next in line for the Latin Empire. I just realized that. Actually, no. If Rudolph dies, Hildebrand moves up. Okay, never mind then. Whew, let's hope that be the case. Plus, he can't have children. Huh. Yeah, I feel bad for Rudolph. The Queen of Egypt finally has her first child. And she'll be the future Queen of Egypt. Whoops, sorry about that. That was my migrants. They're crazy. Hey, how'd you like to be of the secret Slavic faith? And the education will be for stewardship. Administrative reform, taxation. The lords of my realm have enjoyed tax privileges that leech valuable gold from my treasury. By eliminating these privileges, my wife suggests that more gold would flow into my coffers. My noble vassals, however, are unlikely to be pleased. Holy crud! Make it so the realm's treasure shall flow with gold, and I gained this many? Ah! Well, that's because of the monthly balance, that's why. That's why. Anyways. What the hell was I gonna... Oh yes, now that you have this large amount of money just now, you better improve upon these hospitals here. Yes, all these structures. And you know what? I'm gonna go buy a mark. Oh, no. Yeah, actually, yes. Oh, I just remembered. I still have the ivory. I almost forgot. Gave me even more gold. Okay, here, mission complete. Now, prepare the caravan and send the mercenaries while... Like, just send it to somewhere. I don't care where. Hey, what do you got over there? Wool and stone. Okay. Send it. Let's go to the market and make a trade. I'm here to buy something. Thinking. Simple but important districts. Grain, vegetables, firewood, clumps. Without the peasants producing these goods, the realm would be in dire straits. Yeah, spices. Get it more expensive, while we will be making money very fast. Secretly Slavic. I'll send my chancellor to deal with that. Just in case. Take up 2 loans. Damn, I really spent all those assets? Well, crud. Oh, don't worry about it. I will, Aha! There. You'll be fine. Actually, you will be fine. Send the meats. You idiot. And the silk cloths too. Guess I took that loan for nothing, did I? Huh. But I'll give the money back to the moneylenders very soon. Rudolph is short. Yes, you are. You short little leper. Okay, Popo, you good-looking man. You should get married right away. Duchess of Dalmatia? She's eligible? The Duchess of Dalmatia. Aha. But unfortunately, she's about 7, so I'd rather have the person get married immediately. So let's have a look. Starting from ages 12 and onwards. Genius strong, but see if there's anybody more fertile. Just keep looking. Uh-huh. Since you're attractive, you should marry an attractive woman. You know, come think of it. I mean, you may be bright, but you're not. But you're no genius. But then again, when you grow up, I might send you to the, to Bologna. Yeah, have the ability to do so. Okay, so, marriage can wait. Well, he died of terminal stage leprosy, is Rudolph. Unfortunate. So what does this mean for the succession of the Empire? Hildebrand will be the next heir to the Land Empire. He's going to be one for administration. Maybe one for intrigue. There's a high demand for meat. Oh, we got plenty of meat. Yep. Here you go. Some time has passed since I started this whole trading business. I'm now confident I've mastered everything that there is to need to know. Now I'm an apprentice trader. This is my calling. You know, you could prepare that next caravan as well. And send some of my levy. And go send it to somewhere as well. Just need to be more active on trading. What's up there? Stone. That's it? Come on, I need some more than that. Alcohol, silver. Okay. Send it. Hildebrand is attractive. I'm sure the women of the Land Empire will look at him more positively. Yeah, we'll end this episode soon, since we've been making very good time. Formidable fighter, skilled to it, but can he be master diplomat? A silver mine in Amalfi. Alright, get to... oh! Holy crud. I'm willing to spend. Spend big. Get to work. Hang on. We'll fix this. Send in the silk cloths, as we already did for you. The spices. The weapons and armor. What else? Did we really exhaust ourselves of all the supplies? Yes, you did. You really empty out those trade goods. And you're in big trouble now. Well, in that case, give me a second loan. I better take that loan right now before corruption spreads, so... Okay. Take a large loan, and then the medium loan, and then you're good. Had to be wise here. So that means we'd be paying interest rates, but that won't be a problem. Not anymore, it ain't. Send in silk. You can already pay some of them now. Just to get ahead of time. Oh my gosh, I love Alexandra. Military debate in the council. This guy's deaf, but he's ambitious. I know a lot about military matters more than you do, but I'll debate it defensively because I'm patient and I win. And what to do with that favor? Give me the money. You lose the bet. Sucker. Now. Repay that large loan. There you go, the loan problem's dealt with. And now repay it to the moneylenders. There. That's what I call smart. Now stop spending so many damn assets, alright? Save it up to 500 so you can get that center of trade. So you can get even more trade goods. A wealthy local noble is looking to escape the consequences of several indiscretions on his part against a female member of the Da Procida family. He has offered to pay handsomely for passage of one of my ships to foreign port where he can hopefully lay low for a few years. You're getting better. Getting better. I could give him another trait, but I'm trying to think. But it might make him stressed. But I'll say be thorough. Make others count on you. Picked up diligent. Excellent. It didn't work. Seems I'm never going to become a trained fighter. Should groom my hair. Well, I don't know about the 10 children anymore since we lost one due to leprosy, which is very unfortunate. So I'd do that. Administrative reform, a census. My wife's come to me with an ambitious and costly proposal by taking a survey of my subjects' wealth, health, and other bits of information that deemed relevant. She's adamant that my administration could be far more efficient. After all, it once worked for the Romans. It surely work now. It's too expensive. Apparently, it is too expensive. Discredit them, eh? Okay, don't spend anything right now. Caravans are turned. Buy the wool cloth and the stones. Modest smuggler operation. I'm a bit concerned by my wife, Alexander's eating so much, she's eating so much it does not maybe good for her health. She started to grow a pot belly. It does not look far from getting another chin. Tell her to eat less. My wife's already taken advice, started eating less. She looks in better shape, slimmer, more graceful, as appropriate for the lady of her stature. Been toying with the idea of using the great fighting capabilities of the migrants to create a military group to enforce security in the province, placing the general population under supervision of the migrants. This could have good results in the near term regarding province stability. Yeah, I'll do it. Wife's Alexander's really letting himself go late as late. Was once grateful and delicate woman, slowly become a dignified, hefty glutton, only excited about her next great feast. I need to warn her as politely as I can. Fortunately, the words have gone unheard. She ignored my warning, still spent the day stuffing the face of all sorts of food. All the worse for her. Also, the last act that I will do for this episode, and this will be defining the beginning of that next year. So let's change the legal status of the Bamagina paper. I consider changing the legal status of the Bamagina paper. The popular kind of parchment especially produced in Amalfi. Bamagina paper is one of Amalfi's major exports. It is often been used as official documents in our realm. That said, there are those who dislike how it's not as reliable and prone to wear and tear, at least compared to other kinds of parchment. We have now an opportunity to change our stance whether to continue to encourage production or banning it from official use. Now, listen. That kind of hinders the monthly prestige around here. We gotta ban it from being used in official capacity, so the tolerated paper will be removed, but the paper timer will last for 20 years. And this will be banned. This will reduce the local tax modifier slightly, but the trade value down a bit. Bamagina paper banned. The Bamagina paper has for many years been one of Amalfi's major exports, though it's not as durable as more traditional kinds of parchment. It is cheaper and easier to produce and considered quite beautiful in its appearance and style by many. Doge Lambert, the ruler of Amalfi, in concert with all the Amalfian lawmakers and elites, has banned the paper's use in official functions and prescribed the use of more durable forms of parchment. While the Bamagina paper can still be used produced for use by commoners, this will clearly deal a heavy blow to Amalfi's papermaking industry. I see. But that may change on the stance in 20 years' time, depending on the situation. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. But until then, so long for now.